Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Pleasure to be here, as always. Obviously, there's certain things that I can't always guarantee, so I don't know if this will even be necessary to point out, but nonetheless, I'll do it anyway, because that's just what I do. There are some thunderstorms in the area right now, so if you hear any noise in the background, like I said, I don't know if it'll even be noticeable or not, but now you know what that might be. Or perhaps you can think that it's just my stomach growling so loud out of just pure excitement because KFC has released a new chicken sandwich. That's right. Oh, that was the smoothest segue you've ever heard right there. Actually, it's the ultimate segue because this is an ultimate sandwich. At least, again, that's what they claim it to be. You see, KFC has just released the ultimate barbecue chicken sandwich. So it's not just a good barbecue chicken sandwich. It's not the supreme barbecue chicken sandwich. It's the ultimate one. This is the barbecue chicken sandwich of all the barbecue chicken sandwiches in existence. Possibly. It might not actually be. But I guess there's a chance. What makes it the ultimate one, though? It comes with a crispy chicken filet, bacon, honey barbecue sauce, fried onions, melted cheese, pickles. It's on a brioche bun, and it's available at the price of $7 just for the sandwich itself. But it's an ultimate sandwich, so that excuses the price, of course. You can hear that now. There is a downpour ongoing, but that's just the universe crying tears of joy because KFC has the ultimate sandwich. See that? This is proof. This is proof going on right now that KFC means what they say, but they always do. There's the Colonel. You know he wouldn't lie to you. You know, just look at him. Look in those eyes. You know he wouldn't. So, when they say it's the ultimate sandwich, they mean business. But it doesn't mean that the ultimate sandwich, just because it's the ultimate, means that it's good. We don't know that. We'll find out. It could be a terrible sandwich for all I know. I don't know how well that was in focus. What does this say? Fried to order. So, there you go. And there's the Colonel. It doesn't look like it's in a special bag or anything like that. Let's open it up now. See this sandwich. We'll take it out of the wrapping. I could already smell the barbecue sauce. Alright, how does this compare? Let's see. It's a decent-sized chicken filet, by the looks of it. Got the bacon strips, the cheese, brioche bun. It's not necessarily drenched in the sauce. You could actually see it's just really at the bottom on this one side. I don't really see any on the top. What else do we have? There's the pickles. And there is more sauce at the bottom there. What about the top? Let's see. No sauce there, but you can see the bacon. It's a big sandwich. Give credit where credit is due. But it's not the most saucy sandwich in the world. You know, I thought it was missing an ingredient. It says that this is supposed to have fried onions on it, and I don't see any. So, that is something to note. I know that fast food these days isn't necessarily known for its consistency, but it always is a little disappointing, of course, because then it's not necessarily the complete sandwich. if there's an ingredient missing. Nonetheless, I'll still try it out, but, I mean, based on what I usually notice when I try out these sorts of things with the fried onions on them, it doesn't necessarily contribute the most, perhaps, but still, maybe it was something that would have added to this. That's a little disappointing that it's missing an ingredient there. So, I'm really fighting back the tears right now because of that. What I am going to do, because it's a bigger sandwich, I'm going to cut it in half right now, then you could just get a cross-section, and then, of course, I'll eat the half. So I'm going to cut it right now. I'll be right back. You're not going to believe this. You saw, this is a miracle. You saw with your own eyes, right? Took the bun off. You're not seeing those fried onions. I cut it in half. And look what was hiding under the cheese. Yep, you're seeing that, right? That's exactly what you think it is. That's the goods. That's a fried onion. So there is actually one singular fried onion on the sandwich, so it is complete. And there's one right in the middle there, hiding underneath the cheese. I don't know, I'm finding it hard to be serious in this one. Alright, well, it's the thought that counts, and now, what the heck, I got it wrong at first, so it is a complete sandwich. Alright, that said, joking aside, let's just get to the review and try it out. The ultimate barbecue chicken sandwich from KFC going in. For those of you that can't bear to sit through me fussing with the cloth any longer, I'll sum it up very quickly for you. Sandwich is pretty good, for the most part. I like it. There's 2 points that I wanted to bring up, one of which isn't even a major criticism. The other is, you know, somewhat of a criticism. But generally, if you just want to get out of here, sandwich is good enough as it is. So there you have it. That's the review. It's good enough. That's how I would describe it in 2 words. Now, getting into it in more detail, KFC is one of those establishments that has impressed me as of late, as far as the quality is concerned. They're one of those places that originally I think used to be quite good. Then, a number of years ago, I started having problems with them. It was like the quality was just dropping a bit. And the quality of, let's say, Popeyes far exceeded KFC. But I'll say, in the last year or so, I would be willing to bet, at least I could only say this from personal experience, granted, that they've kind of made a bit of a comeback. They brought back the Double Down, which was pretty good. You know, they had some interesting wraps as well. They had their nuggets. And all of these, the quality was actually, like I said, pretty good for what it is. This, too, is not bad at all. You could definitely see, as far as the chicken is concerned, they actually gave me a decent chicken fillet. It's crispy on the outside, it's crunchy on the outside, very well seasoned. You know, you're definitely going to notice that, and there's going to be that crunch in every bite. So for those of you that particularly enjoy that sort of texture, then this sandwich is going to be right up your alley because it has that. But then, of course, it's still this big, juicy chicken fillet. So despite that crunch that, again, the exterior may have, once you actually, you know, get the meat, it's tender, it's juicy, it's flavorful, and it's of good quality. So chicken-wise, they did a good job there. The pickle as well. It's crisp, flavorful, complements it nicely. The bacon also has a nice crisp to it. And all of these things, again, it's a crunchy sandwich. Do not forget that. So again, for those that like that texture, this is all you. I also like the honey barbecue sauce, because indeed it has this distinct sweetness to it, which seems like it's perfectly balanced out. You know, where it's like it's not overwhelming, it's not overbearing. They got it just right, where that sweetness is just potent enough to obviously be noticeable in every bite, but it just complements all the other ingredients quite nicely. So the sauce is very good as well. The cheese is just kind of there. That's the one thing. A lot of people, of course, like their food very cheesy. This is not necessarily the sandwich for you if that's solely what you are hoping for, as far as what you want to get out of this. You know, it's for those that really like that crunchy texture and just want a good chicken sandwich, but as far as the cheese is concerned, that's where some might consider it a bit lacking. That's not even what I really wanted to bring up, though. The two sorts of criticisms that I wanted to mention. The first one, again, isn't even much of a criticism, but I wish it had a bit more sauce on it, because obviously, as was determined through trying this, that honey barbecue sauce is good. And the amount on the sandwich, while adequate, I think it could do with a bit more. I could definitely tell that if there were more sauce on this, it would only amplify a good experience, and it's not at that point where any more sauce would, per se, distract, or not detract, I should say, detract from the eating experience, but it'll just amplify it. So, the first thing, sauce-wise, I think it's just too little of a good thing. And that, it's not even really much of a criticism, because it's like, hey, this sauce is great, I wish it had more of it. And if you order this sandwich, I would suggest maybe get it with some extra sauce, because I could definitely see it complementing it very nicely. So that's the first thing, not even a big criticism. Alright, the second thing is those fried onions. I know it was a miracle that there was one singular fried onion on it. The onion contributed nothing flavor-wise, and the problem that I have, and now this is unique perhaps to my situation, the fried onion was very clearly fried for way too long. You know, you ever have something that's just, again, it's been in the fryer for way longer than it ought to be, and then you bite into it, and texturally the thing is like hard as a rock. Yeah, that's the fried onion for you. It's tasteless, and while it's a crunchy sandwich, then there's that juxtaposition between something that's enjoyably crunchy versus something that, again, is like a glorified rock, which is the fried onion. So in my case, the way that it was prepared really detracted from what otherwise would be a good sandwich that may be unique to my circumstance. So if the fried onions are not overcooked and just have that pleasant crisp, I could see them adding to the experience. In my case, however, that's a bit of a letdown. But overall, good sandwich. I enjoyed it. Slightly overpriced. $7 for the sandwich itself. Yeah, I wish it were cheaper. I wish it were just $5. Maybe $4. But it's good for what it is. You know, I like it. Tastes good. Therefore, out of 10, I'm going to give the ultimate barbecue chicken sandwich from KFC a 7.3 out of 10. Wish it had more sauce. Fried onions a little iffy. Slightly overpriced, but good for what it is. And that's all that I have for you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.